Twilight Zone.
And now, Mr. Serling.
Inside this curio shop next week, from amidst this old-school rococo and some fusty, moth-eaten antiquary, will emerge a bottle. This one. And from it will step a genie to give Mr. Luther Adler 4 wishes. But he'll discover, as will all of you, that there's an economics to magic, a high cost of wishing. Next week, a most intriguing tale, The Man in the Bottle. Thank you and good night.
And now, Mr. Serling.
Next week, we take you into this 8x8 hotel room and we watch a penny ante crook make a decision. You better ask the room clerk the number of this room and then come on up. Mr. Joe Mantell is the nervous man in a $4 room. That's the Twilight Zone. Next week, and we'll be waiting for you. Thank you and good night.
And now, Mr. Serling.
These are familiar items, I'm sure. Television set, electric razor, clock, typewriter. The normal, everyday accoutrements that are part and parcel of 20th century progress. But next week, you'll see them under different circumstances and in a totally dissimilar guise. They'll be machines, but they'll also be monsters. Our story is called A Thing About Machines, and it'll be here waiting for you in the Twilight Zone.
And now, Mr. Serling.
Down this hall is a very strange individual locked in a room. He's known by various names and by various forms, and next week on the Twilight Zone, you'll be close to the elbow of the people who let him out. Our story is called The Howling Man by Mr. Charles Beaumont. It's designed for the young in heart, but the strong of nerve. I hope we'll see you next week along with The Howling Man. Thank you and good night.
And now, Mr. Serling.
Next week, you'll see these bandages unwrapped, and you'll get a good close look at the face beneath them. It's an excursion into the odd and into the very, very different. Our play is called The Eye of the Beholder, and it comes recommended. I hope we'll see you next week on the Twilight Zone. Thank you and good night.
And now, Mr. Serling.
You've probably run across these penny machines that tell your fortune. You put a penny in, and out comes a card. Only this particular machine, which you'll see next week, is a little bit unique in that the fortunes that it tells happen to come true. A most intriguing tale called The Nick of Time by Mr. Richard Matheson, and you're invited to partake of it. Thank you and good night.
And now, Mr. Serling.
An attractive and rather imposing room lived in by a man named Templeton. And like most rooms, suggestive really of only a part of the man, the outside part. Our story next week takes off from here. Mr. Brian Ahern lends us his considerable talents in a script by E. Jack Newman called The Trouble with Templeton. It can best be described as poignant, provocative, and a highly diverting trip into the Twilight Zone.
And now, Mr. Serling.
In this $28 a day hotel suite live 3 human beings who have larceny in them from their toes to where they part their hair. Amongst the loot of one evening's caper is this camera, which they soon discover has most unique properties. It takes pictures of the future. Stick around for the development next week on the Twilight Zone.
And now, Mr. Serling.
This may look to you like any dismal, dark, and dingy alley that lies skulking off the million myriad shadow places off the main drags. Actually, it's the private domain of leprechauns and elves and supplies the locale of next week's Twilight Zone. With us for a very special occasion is Mr. Art Carney, who plays the role of a department store Santa Claus. And he plays it with the heart, the warmth, and the vast talent that is uniquely Carney. On the Twilight Zone next week, The Night of the Meek.
And now, Mr. Serling.
A traditional, if somewhat stark and tragic piece of Americana known as a gallows. And next week on the Twilight Zone, we'll watch a young man mount its steps and then wait during that eternity that lies between life and sudden death for the trapdoor to spring, his neck to break, and the elements of his body to rejoin the vast darkness of whatever lies beyond. Our program is called Dust. Thank you and good night.
And now, Mr. Serling.
In this rather posh club, you'll see a group of men argue a somewhat metaphysical subject like time travel. One of them maintains it's possible to go back in time, make a few changes in history, and as a result, do quite a job on the present. In this case, the assassination of one Abraham Lincoln. Next week, a story called Back There. I'd like you all to come with us. I think you'll find it a most exciting journey. Thank you and good night.
And now, Mr. Serling.
This, in the parlance of the 20th century, is a used car lot. A graveyard of active ghosts who, by virtue of some exceptional salesmanship and an Indian rubber stretching of the truth, remain as commodities in a world that by rights they should have left generations ago. Mr. Jack Carson plays the role of a larceny-loaded con man suddenly prevented from telling a falsehood. Next week on the Twilight Zone, a most bizarre tale that we call The Whole Truth.
And now, Mr. Serling.
Next week, we bring you a show called The Invaders, written by Mr. Richard Matheson. And in this room, you'll watch Miss Agnes Moorehead in a tension-riddled attempt at escape from a pair of very improbable housebreakers. This one we recommend to science fiction buffs, fantasy lovers, or to anyone who wants to grip the edge of his seat and take a 24-minute trip into the realm of terror.